Today we'll be repairing a Nippondenso starter. So let's get started. First thing we're going to do is liberate this piece from this piece to this piece. Next, we're going to take these two bolts out. Field casing and the back housing is an armature. The problem on this one would be the solenoid contact. As you can see, they're pretty worn. There's one right there. Here and right here, and this is the part that makes contact. Makes contact right there. See how it's worn out? So now I'm gonna go ahead and undo the housing. We don't wash this, we'll just give this a good polishing. Next up, we'll take care of the casing piece. We'll start by taking the back housing out, removing the screws to the back housing, and this is where you will see the brushes and the brush holder. These brushes they still have quite a bit of life in them left. As you can see, the problem was a pinion. And this is what we're going to be replacing it with. So now that we've disassembled the starter, we're going to go ahead and clean it up, make it look good, and get to assembly. Stay tuned. It'll be ready in 10 minutes. Now we just wait, relax, have some coffee. Yeah, actually, while we're at it, let's get to the armature. We're just cleaning it up. Now let's go to the machine. So now let's get ready for assembly. Let's get started. You're gonna take your front housing, put it on the thing. Now you put on your pinion, and then this first gear is right in there. Then you get this pinion holster. Bearing holster, a little bit of grease, put it right in there. Make sure it sets. If you have a little excess, you can put that here. Next is the solenoid housing. Put this on. This piece here goes right in there. Use a hammer. Use it in there. 2 large bolts to brace the front housing to the solenoid housing. You take your number 9. And there you have it. Next, we're going to replace these contacts. We're going to replace this contact here because it's worn out, and this contact here with these contacts. Let's get started. I'm going to hold this part down. And the whole assembly comes right off. The metal washer and plastic insulator. So you pull this out. There should be another insulator right in there. And this is where we want to get to. So how we do it here, we use a hammer. And I'll show you how to do that right now. We'll put this right on the surface here and you just balance it with your fingers, as so. Then you take your hammer and you're going to strike very gently right up there because it's copper, so it will warp if you hit it too hard. And that's how you take them apart. To replace your contact, you take your new one and you put it right through. There will be some give there, but these grooves will lock into this copper piece here. And I'll show you how to do that right now. You can take an 11 die. I use an 11 die. Put it right so, like that, and right on the edge of a very hard surface. You hold onto the die, put your hammer, get the die out, and there you have it. Fairly simple. Next up, we'll take out the other contact. This one's much simpler. So you do the same thing as the other one. Nut, metal washer, and insulator. Pull this right out. This one isn't braced like the other one. This one comes out easily. You move over the ground, and you push the insulator right there, as so, and your contact comes right out. To put a new contact in, you do the exact same thing, except that you're doing this instead. So, with this piece, and brace it right onto the casing there. Be very careful here because you don't want to break this piece. It's very easy to break. Like so. With your insulator, be sure to hold it because this wants to give. This wants to go out. Hold it right here. Get a metal washer. And use your thin nut, not the thick one. Remember. And tighten it up just a little bit. And you're done with the direct side. Now for the grounding side, you do the same thing for the most part. Get your replace contact key. As so. Insulator first goes right up in here. And you take your metal washer. And finally, the nut. And then just a little bit. And you're done. So next, we're gonna close up the solenoid piece. We're gonna put the spring right in there, as so. You could put grease on it too. So you just, the way people do it is front and then and this lubricates the pinion part of the solenoid. So the mechanism does this. It makes contact, and it becomes magnetized. The cover. And then do 3 little squeeze. Good to go. Next up is field casing, brushes, and the armature. So we start with the armature. We just have to grease it up a little bit. We grease up the bearing. And we grease up the other bearing. Like so. And this end here goes right in there, like so. And this mechanism is what makes it spin. So for the field housing, you should have some guides. This is a guide, and that guide goes into that groove right in there. Right in there. This is the groove. So you put it as so. Then you get your flathead screwdriver and you move the brushes in to get it right onto the contact copper. Like so. Get it right in there. Just hammer taps so it sets in evenly. Then your back housing. This groove here is where the brush holder will be rested on. So this is your guide. But don't forget to align the 2 holes here to these 2 holes here. Otherwise you won't see it on this side. So. You take your 2 bolts. Number 8. you ground your brush holder with the screws. And finally, we'll connect the brush holder to our remade solenoid casing. And there you have it, folks. A completed starter. Completely rebuilt starter. Now, let's go test it. Grounding issue. So these Nippondenso starters sometimes have grounding issues. So let us know if you ever need anything. We're always want to help you fix things. And now, time to test. If you like the video, give us a thumbs up, give us a comment, and subscribe. It helps the channel, it helps us stay in the algorithm. Until the next video.